Morning. Sunday. Miserable. Grim. Raining. Do you know what we need to do to brighten it up? That's right. Trip in the van. Well, here we are. Not exactly where I kind of planned to go, but nice enough. Middle of nowhere. Fields near where I live, only a 10-minute drive. So I tried 2 spots. First one is a place where I used to go walking the dog that we had, died a few years ago, bless her, Mabel, Labrador. We used to go down some fields walking around, and they put a 2-metre bar on it. So my van is 2.1, 2.2, which I like to give it really. So I don't want to be risking it at 2 metres. I don't think I would have gone under it. So that was that. And then there was some woods not too far away that I used to again walk the dog, and they put some big security gates on. So yeah, struggling to get anywhere. However, I've ended up here. Little lane next to some fields, solar panel fields. Seem to be everywhere these days. And yeah, I'll park up, we'll get the kettle on, we'll have a cup of tea, and we'll talk about my journey with my camper van and the actual van itself. So here is my beautiful Volkswagen Transporter camper van. Probably the video I should have done first, but hey, I jumped in, had a go. So this is video number 2. I'm just going to show you the van, tell you a bit about it, tell you a bit about my experience and life up to now with camper vans. So this is my second camper van, second Volkswagen Transporter camper van. I had one about 4 years ago, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on, but let's talk about this beauty. So it's a T6.1 2022 plate. It's a T30 Highline model, 2-litre diesel manual, 110 brake horsepower, so not the most powerful version, but it's enough for me. I don't want to be racing around anymore. I'm in my 50s now, so I'm happy just plodding along in my camper van, no issue. And it's got enough power. It's got barn doors at the back, as you can see. So I got this from so where I live in North Lincolnshire. I'm near. Luckily, I'm only 4 or 5 miles from a camper van specialist place, particularly Volkswagens, called Imperial Cars. And this is the second van I bought from Imperial Cars, same colour, funnily enough, both times. I love this. Idiom Grey, I think, is the official name. But yeah, I love it. This one's a long wheelbase. I wanted a little bit more space. The first one I had was a short wheelbase, but I wanted just that bit more. You get about an extra foot, an extra 30 centimetres apparently. We know every little bit helps. So it makes a big difference inside. I'll give you just a bit of a look on the inside. There's me mugging me and biscuits on the go. So there you go. I think they're all pretty standard. Apple CarPlay, which is great. I use that for maps and everything else. So I had the double seat in the front, passenger seat, swivel seat. It does swivel. It's a little bit fiddly to swivel, but it's not too bad. And I had the orange piping stitching I put in the van with the good help from my lady wife, who's good at that kind of thing, and I'm not. So yeah, I think it looked great. Probably not too much more to say. It's a pop top, not mentioned that. It is a pop top, not that I've not slept in there yet, but it is a pop top. It's called a Skyline pop top, that one there, and it's great. It really gives you really nice extra space. Once you're parked up and you raise the roof, obviously you're not bending down and things like that. So yeah, I do raise the roof when I'm away in it and I'm using it. Oh, something I missed. So on the side, it's got the exhaust there. So I have put the diesel heater on to warm up while I'm having a cup of tea and we're talking. And there's the water outlet. It's got a water tank, cold water tank, just so it pumps water out the sink. And then on the side is two flaps. So that's to fill the water tank, and that is for power for plugging in, and also the aerial cable for the TV. So yeah, I think that's probably everything you need to see on the outside. Let's get to the good bit inside. So you turn the power on, all the lights are on. So here it is in all its glory. So it's a bit different. It's an L-shaped kind of lounge layout. Something I really wanted after my first one. So the first van I had was just a standard rock and roll bed layout that you will have seen. Obviously there's a hell of a lot of vans out there with that layout. Looked great, and I was happy with it. No issues with it. However, I say no issues with it, I did have an issue with it. I didn't find it great to kind of just chill out in on a night and relax. Just kind of just sitting in 2 car seats, and I thought it would be better with a more of a like nice lounge area to spend time in. So when I went down to see the Imperial car guys, just to talk about different layouts and things, they'd got this done out in a it was in a high top van, but I absolutely loved the layout, and I thought, you know what, I think this is the one for me. So there you go. Before we carry on, I'm going to get the kettle on. Well, that's the brew made. Let's carry on with the tour of the van. So at the front of the van, I'll start at the front and just show you what's what. So as you can see, it's got this section that's got the sink in. So it's got pumped cold water from the onboard water tank, which is obviously really useful. And then we've got a diesel heater that's on at the minute. Do you know what? I'm going to turn that off because I'm absolutely roasting already. It's a game changer for winter camping. A diesel heater is a game changer. So it makes the van usable all year round. The hot air comes out the vent down there, and it does get really hot. That's the only thing. It doesn't seem to regulate the temperature to whatever I set it. It just seems to be full on or off. So, but it's great for warming up the van. So that's that. 2 USB chargers. I've got an inverter in the van, and that's what this control's for, to turn the inverter on and off. So one thing I was really keen on with this van when I spec'd it was having everything in the back of the van to be powered from the battery and to be able to usable. So we've got a microwave down there that you can see. We've got some 240 volt sockets there, and I wanted everything in the back to work off grid, off the battery. So when I spoke to the guys at Imperial Car, then they talked about, well, really what you need to be looking at then is a lithium battery, which lives in this kind of bench seat area under there. This lifts under there. So a lithium battery, an inverter. It's a 2000 watt inverter, and also solar panels on the roof that can slowly trickle charge the battery, and it's been absolutely awesome. It's been fantastic. So yeah, I can use it, I can do everything in this van off grid with the inverter on. I've only been away for one night up to now. I've done a few nights, done more than one night, but I've only ever been away for one night. I've not been for 2 nights. So I think I could probably get 4 or 5 nights out of the van and out of the battery, no problem. So there we go. As I say, I've got an L-shaped lounge, which is the layout I kind of wanted. It's brilliant for just chilling out in on the night. Table goes in there. Table kind of hidden behind this bit. So that goes in there, and you can sit, I can work in it if I've got my laptop, if I'm away doing a bit of work, or just sit and chill out. And obviously have my dinner and tea on there. It's really good. And then there's a big storage area here. So this section has got the electric hob for cooking. So one electric hob, which is fantastic. And then a storage cupboard. That's great for all your bits and bobs. Storage is probably one thing it lacks, if anything. It probably could do with a bit more storage. Hence the All-Pro hanging storage that I've got on the back of the front seats. That's great. All kinds of stuff goes in there, car keys when you're in it, remote control, torches, you name it. I've not filled it yet, so yeah, that's really, really useful. But it's the one thing maybe the van does lack a little bit. There's a tiny bit of storage under there at the side of the battery, but not much. There's a cupboard there that kind of goes through to the back that I can store things in. One here below the microwave. Got pots and pans and buckets and all sorts. And then this is probably the biggest cupboard in the van. Well, it is the biggest cupboard in the van. And it's got my duvet, sleeping bag, and then it's got the solar controller and electrical bits and bobs in there. So it's a big storage cupboard. So that's great. Wireless charger, a stack of sockets that pop up out there, which is pretty neat. And then the control panel, which is a pretty standard control panel, I think, for all Volkswagen campers. And we've got a nice fixed TV. The TV's great, it's on a good bracket. Move it around, kind of angle it where I want it. Great. So yeah, really happy with that. Tend to be fire stick in there and just kind of hot spotting, but yeah, great. So it's a fantastic van, I love it. I've had it nearly coming up to a year. I've had about half a dozen trips in it. It's been great. I use it for work. This is a work van actually, mainly a work van. I work on the railway, go trackside quite a lot, and it's fantastic for getting changed in, for chilling out in, just making cups of tea, and yeah, just spend time in. It's awesome. And there you go. I will quickly show you around the back of the van. There we go. Just when these doors are open, makes it even better for when you're spending in time and if you've got kind of a coast or a nice view, lay in bed in the morning, open the doors, a cup of tea, and you can see the view. It's awesome. Storage cupboard there, windscreen covers in, and this one there that kind of goes through to the one inside that I showed you. Again, really useful. Chairs and all sorts. And then this bit, which I've not used yet, is a shower connector. So you can connect, got a shower connector that came with the van that you put in there, and the pump feeds it, and you can have a cold shower. Useful in summer. Well, cold showers are not really my thing. Maybe need to get some heat. So there we go. I think that concludes the van tour. And it's now time for a couple of these and that. So that's the van tour. Hopefully you found it interesting. You've been able to see the van I've got, which is the whole idea of this video really. And then as I kind of progress with the videos, my reason for doing the channel is this camper van it's a solo thing. It's a solo project. I'm married. I've got 2 awesome kids and an awesome wife, I should have said, obviously. But they're not interested in the camper van. They made it quite clear from the off when I bought this and my previous one. It's just not their thing. They're not into camping, camper vanning. They're not, I would say not particularly adventurous, but I've just driven 10 minutes from the house to have a cup of tea in my camper van. And I love it. It's great. It's doing something out there. They're not bothered about doing that kind of thing. And I totally understand and I get it. It's a work van. I'm going to use it, I use it mainly for work, but while I'm out and about and I'm on work trips, I'm going to, yeah, I'll just plan to shoot videos, learning the side of how to shoot a YouTube video and the tech side of it. I love all that. I love my gadgets. My wife will tell you about that. And yeah, I'll just see how I get on with them. They might be crap. They might be all right. They might be great. Who knows? I'll let you decide on that, but I'm going to give it a go. I might try and post a video once a week. See how I get on. Any modifications I do to the van, anything I learn about it new, any trips I go on, then I'll just shoot some video and put them together and see how see how they turn out. If they're, as I say, if they're no good, then there you go, tell me and I'll sack it off. Hopefully they're all right and you get something out of it. If somebody out there is inspired to get a van or learn something new about their van, or even helps them decide what type of van they want, layout and all that kind of thing, I'll be absolutely 100% honest with this thing. I will. I'm an honest guy. Anything that I don't like about the van, I will tell you. And kind of up to now, there's no particular negatives. It's great. I suppose the only one slight negative is, and I knew this before I got the van and the one before, is the toilet situation. Obviously, they're not big enough for a toilet. They're not big enough for a shower. So you have to accept that. But this is my day vehicle now. I drive this around daily. So I didn't want a 6 metre, crafter type van. That was never going to work for me. So this is the size I can get away with. I feel comfortable in it, driving, parking, supermarkets, that kind of thing, no issue. And I love it. So yeah, you just kind of have to, there's a compromise. There's always a compromise. And the compromise with this is toilet and shower. So up to now, I've been staying on caravan and camping sites. They always have fantastic facilities. And I have a little very basic portaloo that I take with me on trips for evening trips, shall we say, when nature calls, when you're a certain age. Anybody out there understand? So, yeah, but that's kind of the only real negative I think about having these vans. Other people have other opinions, and everybody obviously is entitled to their own opinion. It's whatever suits you. This suits me, and I love it. I love it to bits. So there you go. Yeah, I'm going to finish my brew, and get back home, and a little adventure. So yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.